Assalamu alaikum students. Welcome to the computer class. I am your instructor Aisha Anwar. I hope all of you are fine and you have enjoyed your vacations in a good way. Today we are going to start the next chapter from your book, which is about software basics. In this chapter, we will learn about the concept of a software and we will discuss in detail about the types of a software. Okay students, let's start our today's lecture. First of all, here we need to understand the concept of a computer, that what is a computer. Computer is an electronic machine which is used to make our task easier and in an efficient manner. By using computer, we can save a lot of time and energy by doing the work using computers. So, computer is an electronic machine, and that machine consists of two parts. We all know that each and every computer has two basic parts, that is software and the other is hardware. So here are some pictures of different computer machines and different components that can be attached with the computer. As we have discussed in chapter number 1, the devices which are connected to the computer are known as peripheral devices. Here in this picture, you can see that we have attached speakers, keyboard and mouse. So we can call these devices collectively as peripheral devices. Here it is another picture of a computer machine. Some other peripheral devices are attached with the computer machine. So we know that computer is always comprises of two parts. One is a hardware and the other is the software. So these are the hardware components that you can see in these pictures. So what is the basic difference between hardware and software? The physical components of a computer that can be touched are known as the hardware. Like we can hold this mouse, we can touch this keyboard while typing, we can also touch the speakers. So all of those physical components that are attached with the computer are known as the hardware of a computer. And all things and the data and the programs that are present inside the screen that you can see on your computer screen are known as the software. In today's lecture, we will learn about the formal definition of a software. We will also discuss its types. As we have discussed that each and every computer is a comprises of hardware and software. In previous slide, you have seen the different hardware components of a computer that are attached. Like in this picture, you can also see the printer, the speakers, mouse and keyboard. These are the hardware components. and the software. Software are the different programs that are installed on the computer and that we use for different purposes and for different tasks to do are known as the software. Software has two basic types that we are going to discuss in today's lecture. You can see some examples of a hardware and software in this picture. Like hardware includes CPU, monitor, mouse, regulator, telecade or a keyboard or a mouse and the speakers, printers, plotters, each and everything. And the software's examples are Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Access, and Microsoft Word. And there are so many other examples. Okay, students. Now, let's begin with the formal definition of a software, that what exactly a software is. A software is a group of computer programs that tells the computer what to do and how to do. Basically, you can say that software is a set of instructions which tells the computer that what it has to do and how to do some specific task. It instructs the computer what type of task is to be done and how it is to be done. So it is an important point that we should know that software tells the computer what to do and how to do. Here it is mentioned that it tells the computer, which means it tells the components of a computer, either hardware components or the software components, that what it has to do and how it has to do some specific task. There are two types of software: system software and application software. These two are the main categories or types of a software. In the absence of a computer software, computer is just a machine or a dummy machine which is of no use. We cannot even do a single task on our computer machine in the absence of a software. First of all, in order to operate that machine, in order to operate the computer, or in order to use the computer or switch on the computer, we will be needing software. If software component is missing, then computer hardware is of no use. So it is very much important to install the appropriate software in our computer machine. Now we will discuss about the system software in detail. In upcoming lectures, we will also discuss about the application software. Okay, students, now we have to discuss the first type of a software, that is system software. A system software is a group or a collection of a software that is designed to control, operate, and enhance the processing capabilities of the computer. Basically, a software which are used to control and operate the computer are known as the system software. In the absence of a system software, we cannot perform any single task. If system software are missing, then there will be some sort of problems will occur when we try to operate the computer. Now, there are basically three more types of system software. One is operating system, second is device driver, and the third is utility programs. We will discuss these three types in detail, but in today's lecture, we will discuss only about the operating system. Okay, let us revise the concept of a software, then we will proceed further. In the previous slides, we have discussed that software has two main types. One is system software and the other is the application software. Then there are further three types of system software: operating systems, device drivers, and utility programs. Today we will discuss about the operating system only. Before starting the concept of the operating system, here is a list of the features of a system software. System softwares are basically close to the system. That's why they are known as the system software. They are fast in speed. We can work very quickly by using these system softwares. They are difficult to maintain. We need in-depth knowledge or a detailed knowledge to maintain these system software. The system softwares are difficult to design. We have to be a computer expert in order to design system software. And these are written in low-level languages. We will discuss the concept of languages in upcoming chapters. Here, let me tell you the two basic things about the computer languages. Computer can only understand the low-level languages, and human beings can only understand high-level languages. So it means there are two types of computer languages. One is high level, HLL means high level languages, and the other is low level languages. So the system software are the software which are written by using the low level languages. So we have discussed that system softwares are close to the system. They are fast in speed. They are difficult to maintain. They are difficult to design, and most of the system softwares are written in low level languages. So here is the first type of a system software, which is operating system. Operating system is a very basic software that is installed on a computer. If we don't have any operating system installed on our computer, then we cannot even turn on our computer in a proper manner. So the system software that manage the computer's hardware and software resources is known as operating system. In short, we write it as OS. This O refers operating and this S refers to the word system. Basically, operating system is the link between the hardware and the software. So the users cannot use the computer in the absence of this operating system. If we don't have a proper operating system, we cannot even turn on our computer. We cannot perform any task on the computer. Same is the case with your mobile phones. When we use mobile phones, they also have operating systems. For example, most of us use Android phones, which means they have Android operating system. And some other examples are some like Mac operating system. The most commonly Windows operating system is used, and Windows operating system is introduced by the company Microsoft. We all discuss sometimes that we have Windows 10. You may be having Windows 7 installed on your computer. These Windows 7 and Windows 10 are the operating systems that are widely used. If operating system is missing, we cannot use our computer machine. In today's lecture, I am going to show you a small demonstration of Windows 10 operating system. So here is a pictorial representation of the concept of operating system. As in previous slide, we have discussed that it is the link between the hardware and the software. So here you can see that operating system controls all the hardware devices that are attached with the computer and all the softwares that are installed on the computer. Operating system interacts with all these components, either hardware or software. These are the hardware components or the hardware resources of a computer, and the application word is written, which means that it is the software part of a computer. So through this picture, you may get the idea in much better way that operating system is controlling all the components, either hardware or the software. If you see this picture, we are the users. We users basically interacts with the application software that are installed on the computer. Then these applications or these software interacts with the operating systems, and operating system interacts with the hardware. Hardware gives response back to the operating system. This operating system gives response back to the application programs, and we users get the response from the application programs. So you can see that operating system, here you can see that operating system is acting as the middle layer between the user and the hardware. We, the users, cannot use the hardware in the absence of operating system. In order to interact with the computer or with the hardware of a computer, we must have an appropriate operating system installed on our computer machine or on our laptops. Okay, let's move forward. Here are some functions that are performed by the operating system. There are many functions that are performed by the operating system, but according to your book, number one, operating system is used to boot and provide the user interface. Number two, it has to manage the programs. It performs file management, and it is used for configuring the devices that are attached to the computer. Here is another depiction of a functions of an operating system, that it is used to start the computer. Here the word booting is written, which means to start the computer. Basically, the booting up means to switch on the computer. So operating system has to facilitate the user to start the computer or to switch on the computer. After switching on the computer, it has to provide the user interface. User interface means it has to show us the different icons, the different files, the mouse pointer on the screen like this. It has to manage data and the programs, like how much space is available, how much data is stored in a particular device, and what type of programs or application programs are installed. So it is all the responsibility of the operating system. It has to manage the memory. Sometimes you might have noticed that whenever you try to save a file, it checks for the available space. If the space is available, then it will store the file, and if the sufficient space is not available, it will give you some type of error message that the disk is full. So all of this type of tasks um, are to be performed by the operating system. It has to manage the memory, and it has to manage all the computer memories like hard disk, CDs, USBs, whatever a storage device you have attached with your computer. And in the last, they are used to configure the devices, those devices that are attached with the computers. For example, if I'm going to install a new printer with my computer, first of all, I have to install the drivers. So operating system helped me to install the proper drivers for that printer so that I can easily use the printer. So it is also the responsibility of operating system to configure all the devices that are attached with the computer. Okay, now let me show you this a quick demonstration of a Windows 10 operating system that is installed in my laptop. So this is the first screen which appears when we switch on the computer, and this first screen is known as the desktop. So this is the Windows 10, and Windows 10 is an operating system which is installed on most of the computers nowadays, and Windows 10 is the latest version. Its previous version was Windows 7, and the most commonly used operating system was the Windows XP, which was used for several years. So you can see the small pictures on this desktop. These small pictures are known as the icons. So this is the user interface. I can interact with the computer with these icons and these small pictures. If this operating system is not installed in my laptop, I won't be able to use my computer, and I won't be able to teach you, and I won't be able to record the lectures for you. So operating system is the a very important and the main part of a computer. If some type of game is not installed in your computer, then your computer works in a perfect manner. But if operating system is missing from your machine, then definitely you will be having and you will be facing a lot of problems. You won't be able to do any single task. I hope you have got the today's lecture in good way. Let me summarize in 1 minute. Today we have discussed about the computer, that what is a computer, then we discussed about the two main parts of a computer, that it has a hardware and it also has the software. These two are the main parts of a computer. Then we discussed about the definition of a software, that it tells the computer what to do and how to do. And there are two main types of a software, that are system software and application software. System software is the software which is used to control the computer system, and it is further divided into three types, that are operating system, device drivers, and utility programs. Then we discussed about some features of system software, and in the end of the lecture we have discussed the first type of a system software, which is operating system. We have discussed that operating system is the central program through which users can communicate with the computer. And we have also discussed the some basic functions of the operating system. I hope you have enjoyed today's lecture. That's all for today. If you are having any query and any confusion, you can ask me. Thank you.